We're going to go over the ONECNA GT7 electric scooter. This is a dynamite product. I've had about a dozen different electric scooters and electric unicycles. Of all of them, I like this the most for the price versus performance. You can ramp up to 50 miles per hour pretty quick, 50, 55 mile range. Makes it a really good product, and what's best, you can pick these up for about $850 off of Amazon. An important issue with the packaging on this is that it's stapled. People erroneously presume they just pull the staples to get this apart. The reality is this packaging is not just stapled, but it's actually glued into place. And it has heavy duty, thick cardboard. So don't even bother trying to rip these staples out. You're going to have a utility knife for this project. So with your knife, what you can do, there's plenty of padding in this packaging, so you're not going to cut in any parts. Just cut along the top. And if you just do that, use your thumb as a guide, you can actually bypass any problems in terms of damaging your scooter. It's an extremely well packaged product, very safe, which I definitely like. This item here, what this is going to be your case that you're going to store stuff on your handlebars. Here's a seat. What's really nice is you have two different chargers, so you can double charge, improve your time for overall charging. Here's the mud flap. It's kind of interesting, they include a pair of gloves here, one of those things to boost the ratings. This is the kickstand. Seat post holder. This is the seat post here. Includes a tool kit, which is kind of handy. You don't have to actually supply any tools except a knife for this job. One thing that's clever about this is that it has these two wheels at the bottom that allow you to easily set this on the ground without it falling over. Be able to raise up the post. All you have to do is push down on this red lever. It'll come right up. It automatically locks into place. And then to keep it secure, you just push this in like that, and it can't go anywhere. There's only one weakness in this design that really stands out. The gauge of the steel that these screws go into is fairly thin, on the order of 16 gauge, so you can strip them very easy. So be very careful when you're mounting. If you do happen to strip these, you can always use a self-driller, a small self-driller, to go through and make additional connections. Within the tool pack, there's a set of these Allen wrenches you can use to make these connections. Just be very careful when you're torquing these. They just cannot stand much torque. So by adding in the Loctite, you don't have to go crazy in terms of torquing this to a point that it breaks. So the next thing to do is to put the handlebars on. It goes on pretty simply. Just kind of straighten them out. You can use the lights as a guide. So these cards are used for security. But the reality is, I'll show you how to eliminate the necessity for them in the settings, but it's good to keep these. You have two sets of keys for security. Go ahead and adjust your instrumentation on your handlebars to where you want it. Normally you'd use this adapter to hook onto this bolt right there through these two screws, and then rely on this to be able to hold it into place. But the reality is, I don't want a seat. So what they did is they provided these countersunk screws to be able to fill the holes. So it was all thought out in advance. Very good product in terms of forecasting what the customer wants. So I'm going to take this off, as I do not want a seat, but I'll show you how that goes together. The last thing to do is to be able to put on this mud plate here. One trick on this is don't tighten one side all the way up. These have a compression fit, so you gotta actually pull them apart. If you tighten one side up first, you can't be able to get the other side on. So just put this side on with a couple threads and then do the back side. If you do want to have the seat, this is what the assembly looks like. It involves connecting to the seat to the post to this bracket, and the bracket to the main platform here. One thing included with this toolkit are some extra brake pads. Just put these squirreled away somewhere in case you need them. Simply put the key in the ignition, turn it on. You can use this to actually activate your screen. You can see here, this is back motor only mode. If you click this button, this power button twice, it'll actually give you dual motor right there. The other things that are available, your lights up and down here, you can turn that on. If you want to get into the settings, all you have to do is hold the plus and the minus buttons down for a couple seconds. And this is setting 1. What you want to do is use your power button to go to mode 2 and then go up to 1. And what that does is it gives you mile/hour reading. If you turn it on and you can't find your card that allows you to open it up, one thing you could do is use the power button here, press that. It'll initially bring up the LED screen, then it'll give you this series here. And if you just go and do the factory setting of 1, 1, 1, 1, it'll bring this up without the card. You can adjust your password here if you wanted to, but the default setting for your password is 111. One thing you could do before taking off is adjust your post, your handlebar post. It allows you to come up a few inches. So by hitting your power button twice, you can see we're going to go from single motor to double motor. So you just hit that twice right there, and you can see that's updated. Before you take off, you got to pull the brake in to activate it, and then just take off. Your power mode right here can be adjusted by the plus and minus arrow on your left hand. So if you watch that, you can go up to 2, and it makes a big difference in terms of acceleration. 2 and 3 right there. So I took this out to my farm to go ahead and test it out on this gravel road and also some of the rougher roads around the area. It works great. This is my second one of these, so I'm not new to this, but you can see it runs pretty smooth. It can handle some reasonably rough terrain as far as the field, potholes, things like that. It's a good rig. And what's even nicer is this is the future. You can charge these off a solar panel. Every paranoid prepper is going to have one of these. Low cost, low carbon emissions, versatile. Gives you transportation when grid's down, things like that. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. You have a good one.